Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about language barriers to communication. Language is needed for any kind of communication. Communication becomes difficult in situations where people don't understand each other's language. The inability to communicate using a language is known as language barrier to communication. Language barriers are the most common communication barriers which cause misunderstanding and confusion between people. Most of the people in the world do not speak English, or even if they use it is their second or third language. If the speaker and receiver do not use the same language and words, there is no meaning to communication. Not using the words that other person understands makes the communication ineffective and prevents message from being communicated. The first barrier is difference in language. It is the most obvious barrier to communication, as two people speaking two different languages cannot communicate with each other. For example, a Canadian goes to Vietnam. The person doesn't understand Vietnamese, and most people in Vietnam do not understand English. So when the person speaks, the communication is worthless, as the other Vietnamese doesn't understand it. The second barrier is no clear speech. People who speak soft or in a small voice cannot be understood. The transmitter might be saying something while the receiver might understand something else. Though speaking common language, people might have difficulty understanding the meaning of the message and the feedbacks. This might also be a cause of obstacle in communication. The third barrier is word choice. The choice of using word in describing anything must be considered before communicating. The word used by a particular person to show their agreement on something can be taken as sarcasm, which is negative in nature. Words with two meanings should always be avoided, as it doesn't send the proper meaning and can be interpreted in any way, so the message will not be sent. The last barrier is grammar and spelling. Grammar and spelling becomes a barrier in communication, as people from different parts of the world can be using it differently, even in a particular word. Equally, grammar and spelling mistakes create a huge communication barrier in written communication. For example, a person makes a mistake of typing done, D-O-N-E, as done, D-O-N. The spelling and grammar checker the computer doesn't label it as wrong as done, D-O-N. Is also a correct word, but the word can change the whole meaning of the sentence or make the sentence not understandable. Well, I just showed you some of the most common language barriers in communication. And some language barriers can be overcome by with practice or other ways. Thank you for watching my video.